Tell me about your business, man.
Okay. So, I've been in culinary. Oh God, over 30 years. I started off doing. Actually, I started off from the beginning. I started off as a dishwasher. Then from dishwasher, I went to prep, and then from prep, I went to uh, line cook, and then at the line cook, I started growing. Um, to management. So I went to a sous chef, executive sous chef, culinary director, regional chef, executive chef. I kind of grew my way, but it goes to my family. My dad used to be a chef when he was younger. My oldest brother, uh, he he used to work at a military school as an executive chef. He now has his
Wow.
own business. He lives down south. My baby brother worked on a cruise line for 6 years as saucier, and then my other baby brother is used to be a baker, and now my son he likes to cook, so he's going to go to IPU, University of Maryland, for hospitality tourism.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
kind of
it runs deep.
it runs deep. But I started off doing personal chef just to be doing it. My very first client was Eric Snow from the 76ers. I actually met Eric Snow when I was working for the Hyatt Hotel. I was just a line cook, and um, he came in one night. We were very close, and then he wanted to eat, and so I was the only person there. So I told him to let him in, and I fed him, and he came back down the next night, and I fed him and his family again. And he asked me to meet him at the front desk, and he was like, "Listen, if I needed a personal chef, could you would you able to do it?" And so one day in the summer, I got a phone call from his wife in Atlanta. It was like, "Meet us at the house. We'll be flying in tomorrow," and there you go. I got into the personal chef uh, category, and I've cooked for Eric Snow for about 5 years. I did stuff for Iverson. I've cooked for Jason Thompson from the Sacramento Kings, his brother. I cooked for their mom and dad. Ahmad Bradshaw from the Giants. Um, Kevin Hart twice. When Kevin Hart sold out the Lincoln Financial Phil, um, and I did Kevin Hart on a whim. I didn't even charge him. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna go show my skill set. Let me go down there." I went. He was at the Spectrum. Went down to the Spectrum. I charged him nothing. Paid everything. And at the end of the show, his manager said, "Listen, whenever Kevin Hart does something big in Philadelphia, you're gonna be part of it." And then one day I got a phone call uh, and asked me to meet him at the Lincoln Financial Field, and met him there. Set the table. They said, "Listen, this is Chef Billy Grant. He's Kevin Hart's chef. Anything he needs, you make sure he gets it." So that was very it was amazing. It was amazing. It was just so many people. So just I never uh, did anything on that level for as Kevin Hart, like a superstar. So that was kind of really amazing for me. And so
You got
I've
paid that
been,
time, right?
yeah, God, Leslie, I worked 4 days, and 4 days I made $30,000 in 4 days
Okay.
from that event. Once I paid my staff and everything like that, and I cleared 30,000,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, 30,000." I said, "Oh, for 4 days." I was
Yeah.
tired. I was tired,
Yeah.
but
But you
yeah.
had the rest of the month to recover.
you know, yeah. So my wife always been getting on me. When you gonna do it full time? When you gonna do it full time? Where I'm at now, so I've kind of stepped out. So, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I said I'm still working, but I'm going to do it. So I got my website. I got my website built last year. I got all my LLC done. Got my business telephone number. Got the business account. So I have all that stuff. I don't know if you've been on my page or not, but I have all that stuff set. I'm still adding content. I just did something for the city about 3 weeks ago. It turned out really great. That's why it was my first event launching into my business. Philadelphia Business Works. So I met like the COO. I met the president of the event, and there's really some big, high-powered people there. And I'm gonna say that last week, a week before last, I got a call from the mayor's office, and they wanted me to do the new mayor's inaugural ball. But it was too late. Though she called me, and she didn't give me enough time to kind of. She didn't give me enough time to kind of get it done. Because if I'm going to do it, I want to do it perfectly. So she said, "We heard about you. We heard you did a great job. And we would love for you to come down and I think it's 4 caterers." She said you would be one of the 4 caterers for about 3,000 people, and I was like, unfortunately, I can't do it because I said I can't give you my full attention, and it's last minute for me. And if I want to give you my full attention on that type of stage,
Yeah.
my name is my name is
Yeah.
on the line. I don't want to come in and not give you that full
Yeah.
detailed attention. So I denied it, but she said, "Listen, the next event that's coming up, we're going to definitely reach out to you to do, to do some stuff." So that's where I'm at. So I told her, Shiraz, I'm not ready to cut the cord yet. I said, because right now I am the culinary director so I oversee 2 buildings, a staff of 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
So I said this year I'm going to kind of put all my focus on my business. Yeah, I still have my job to keep until I'm ready to
Yeah.
move over. But as you see, yeah, so I love it. I mean, I have my degree in hospitality. I did my internship with George Perrier. George Perrier was one of the top chefs in Philadelphia. I'm trying to figure that award that they win.
James Beard.
Yes,
That
James Beard Award. Yeah,
okay.
yes, James Beard Award. So I did my internship with him. I did my mentorship with him. I've been on TV. I've been on Fox 29. I've been in the newspapers. I've been in the front page of the magazine, the Philadelphia Business Journal.
So what stopped you
Twice.
so far from? Because you have probably 10 times you really need none of that to do what we were talking about doing here.
Right,
So
right.
what has stopped you from moving forward?
You know what, Leslie? That's a good question. My wife asks me the same question all the time. And I said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. But in reality, just by listening to you and when you talk to other potential people, I've been ready. I just didn't take the leap. I mean, because everything you do when you talk about just getting in front of the camera, the shooting, people person, um, just be able to generate that wealth. Um, I just didn't make the transition, but I know I can do it. I know, but and it also was like, all right, well, when I do it, how do I do it? You know what I mean? So I'm like, right now, I'm treading on top. Okay, so I'm figuring this thing out how I go. Now I could. You tell me I could run a restaurant with my eyes closed. No
Mm.
problem at all. I got systems in place. I got all the support that they need. So that's nothing. But when you're running your own business, you got to put your focus on your own business and be able to put those systems in place and be able to dialogue to your who your clientele is. So all the information that you teach, I need to absorb that information. And so that's where I'm at.
Okay. Um yeah, well, so the experience you have in the industry is going to serve you well because just like you just said it yourself, you can't run a restaurant or a commercial kitchen without having systems and processes. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the way my methodology for teaching a cooking show is system based. We develop a
Mm-hmm.
system for you to publish 1 episode a week indefinitely. So this has just become part of what you do now. So that means 50 episodes a year. The only way you can do 50 episodes a year is if you have a system. The
Mm-hmm.
system that I teach is you pick 1 day a month, that's your recording day, and you record 4 to 6 episodes on that day. And then that's 1 day a month that's gonna produce all 50 episodes for you for the
Mm-hmm.
year, which is the answer to busy chefs like you who have other stuff and other demands on you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to be able to carve out one day a month to
Yes, correct.
pursue what you want for your
Mm-hmm.
life. And that's all
Mm-hmm.
this requires. That one day a month.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is the least greedy platform in terms of demands on your time. You only need
Right.
one video a week on YouTube. And with a cooking show, that's one of the most easiest types of channels to grow because everybody just naturally loves cooking shows. That's
Right.
all you have to do is show up and be. You don't even have to be great. Just don't be terrible. You don't even have to
Right.
be good. Just don't be terrible. And
Right. Right.
the farther above just not being terrible you are, the more it works out for
Right.
you. But
Right.
the there people are winning on YouTube with cooking
Mm-hmm.
channels who are
Mm-hmm.
really just not terrible. That's
Right.
that's that's as high as they are. They're not good, they're not great, they're just not
Mm-hmm.
terrible. So
Right.
with the experience that you have the opportunity to be great. What is missing? Well, you have to show up, and two, you have to show up consistently, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
wins above everything else. You can be just above terrible, and if you show up every week, you're going to win. Whereas the chef with the resume like yours, who's not on YouTube at all, you
Mm-hmm.
can't win if you're not there.
Can't request
So
correct.
we're gonna establish your system for publishing one recipe a week, and that I just
Right.
told you what it is. You pick a day a month, and then you record your 4 to 6 episodes, and you hand those off to a video editor. Don't try to do that yourself. You got to hand that off.
Correct.
You got to outsource that. They will
Right.
edit your videos, upload them to YouTube for you, schedule them if you want, and then that's it. You do what you normally do in your life
Mm-hmm.
for the other 29 days of the month, but one day a
Mm-hmm.
month you're committed to your YouTube channel, which really is a TV channel. Half of people watch YouTube on their television.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a cooking show on YouTube, people are going to be watching your cooking show at home on their big screen television. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to understand the significance of that. This is how you open any door you want for yourself. When
Mm-hmm.
Eric Snow or any of the other folks who you've had as clients in the past, make sure you let them know about your channel. They can share that with their connections. Like, yeah, that's the guy that you want to have. And now those folks are watching you on their big screen in their home. This is how you create those opportunities for yourself to work for anybody anywhere in the country. Really, if you're willing to
Mm-hmm.
travel, be a traveling chef, that people are going to ask you for it. So you just have to decide if you want to do that.
Right.
But that's what we're talking about here. Using YouTube to create effectively your own cooking channel on TV, and then just take advantage of the opportunities that come from that.
Correct. Correct. Because yeah, again, like, just getting I'm very disciplined in that. So I mean, I'm a very disciplined person. So I was even before our meeting, like when I first did the thing to watch, when I watched the videos uh to the end to sign up, even I was like, what can I do? I said, well, I know I could do on a day off, my 2 days off. I could film on both of my days off, and I could do 6 and 6. That'll give me 12 episodes that'll hold me for a month and a half. That I can go back and then and record again, or my next 2 days off, and stay ahead of it. So yeah, I've kind
12,
of been planning
12
that out.
episodes is actually a whole quarter.
Oh, it is. There you
That's
go. See
12
how?
once a week. That's 12. That's a whole quarter.
Okay.
If you're able to do that 6 and 6, that that will make your life real easy. I don't know that if you only have 2 days off, I don't know that I would do two like that. Like you're
Okay.
not trying
Okay.
to, you know what I'm saying? We can
Right.
eventually. So this will eventually give you all your time. Eventually,
Okay.
you'll be making more
Hmm.
money from doing this than anything else you're doing. You're going to have to quit your job because it's costing you money to go to work. That's
Right.
how this will work. But
Okay.
you don't have to burn yourself out trying to get there. Like
Right.
making 12 episodes. So if you were to do that, one day you do 6 and 6, 2 days back to back, that's a whole quarter. And then if you do that again, now that's half the year. You didn't need to get that far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
like to have for people to
Yes.
have, you know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes in the can, and just have a buffer so that you always, when something's coming out every week, you got
Mm.
about 4 or 5 of them in the queue. But you don't need to try to do the whole year in like 30 days.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend that. Also, you want to kind of have the rhythm. So if you're doing it monthly, and you can do it if you want. If you want to do twice a month, you have 2 days off and you do that twice a month. That's fine. But I would not recommend getting so far ahead that you do not need to record monthly, because then what will happen is you'll be rusty. So if you stack
Got
up a
it.
whole bunch of them and then now you can take
Gotcha.
3 months off, that's really going to work against you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. You're the expert, so that's fine.
So catering, and that's your goal, is to grow the catering business and do that, or
my goal is, let's see, I would like to, like the young lady that you were talking to that was going to see her son in Houston. I like I like catering, but I like the intimate part of it as a personal chef. You were talking to her, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh man, we do the same thing, because I have people have been asking me about, are you gonna do meal prep? So when I cooked for Eric Snow, I strictly did. So when I cooked for my basketball players, I strictly did meal preparation. That was it. Only time I catered is if they did something on like the holidays, they brought some of the teams to the house. I would do something really big. So I would like to take the two worlds and kind of put them together. Um, I don't know how. I mean, that's something that me and you can kind of figure out along the way. Because I do like to, I don't know if you see my page where I did the dinner for two for the couple on the
yeah, I
video.
saw it. Um,
Uh,
what we had to figure out a way that you can do what you enjoy doing, but also
mm,
maximize your earning capacity.
uh-huh, uh-huh,
And what you're describing is trading time for money. Personal chef
okay,
services, there's only one Billy.
uh-huh,
You got to be somewhere, you can only be in that one place, and then you're trading
okay,
time for money.
uh-huh,
No matter
uh-huh,
what your rate, you're trading time for money, and there's
okay,
that caps your revenue. Um,
okay,
like uh, the thing with the mayor, for example, you already had
uh-huh,
stuff that you're working on, and then this other
uh-huh,
thing comes up. You can't be in two places at one time and do both of them well. So
uh-huh.
you're
Yes.
missing out. So with teaching, with a cooking community where you're teaching people how to cook,
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
that's where you have unlimited revenue, because you're no longer trading time for money. You're delivering
okay.
one episode a week, and you can
Uh-huh,
do live streams whenever you want, and people are paying you a monthly fee for your, so it's the same amount of time, you're a requirement from you, but
uh-huh,
you're getting paid by an unlimited number of people.
okay.
100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people. You're still delivering the same amount of, it's taking the same amount of your time. So
Uh-huh,
we've disconnected your earning capacity from the clock. So
okay.
I would say you want to incorporate some of that into your thought process, the teaching part,
Okay.
because you can teach.
Uh-huh,
Not only is it teaching people how to cook, which is, teaching the home cooks and all that, you can obviously do
uh-huh,
that. But with the amount of industry experience that you have, you can run a coaching business, man. There are people who want to get where you are, and they either haven't even started culinary school yet, or they just graduated, or they're, a year or two out or whatever.
uh-huh,
Just think about who you used to be.
uh-huh,
People like that are about to go on the journey that your son is about to go on.
uh-huh,
Those folks will pay you to share your knowledge and just train them up so that
uh-huh.
they don't have to. It doesn't take them 30 years to learn what you learn. They can learn from the master and get there a lot quicker. That's
Gotcha.
another huge revenue opportunity for you.
Okay.
Um, so it's something to think about. If you're willing to teach, that is a way to achieve your revenue objectives in a way that gives you so much free time that you're able to do the things that you want to do with your family and just in
Uh-huh.
general with your life. So
Right.
I want you to not just focus on private chef services and catering services, because those are
Okay.
time and energy intensive.
Okay.
and you're gonna get old one day and not want to be doing or not be able to do all of the stuff that you're doing now.
Yes, correct, correct. That's
So
correct.
yeah,
Because I did maybe let's say maybe a few years ago, a friend of mine that's an instructor for the culinary school, the Walnut and Culinary School. He asked me to fill in for one day, so I had to teach his class, and it was cool. It was decent. I was like, oh wow, okay. Everybody came in and we had all the ingredients there, and you're standing up front with your cutting board, and you say, all right, this is a dice this into a quarter inch, and you show them. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I got great feedback from that. And they paid for the class. You got to pay for the class,
yeah,
and I was there. I said maybe an hour. It was a 2 hour class. I made like $300 for 2 hours, just showing them how to make a couple of dishes.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
not a lot of money for your level of skill. So
Right.
that yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be making much more than that. Um, with just from videos that you already have
Mm-hmm.
made, like pre-recorded
Mm-hmm.
stuff. People are paying
Mm-hmm.
you for stuff that you already created. That's passive income. This is the new way
Yeah.
um,
Mm-hmm.
to generate. Like back in the day, passive income was stock market and real estate. Well, now we live
Mm-hmm.
in a time where anybody can take their knowledge online and create digital products like a cooking show where you're teaching that's putting your knowledge into a form that people can purchase it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
passive income. You prepare that dish one time and you sell it an unlimited number of times. So that's
Gotcha.
something that I really want you to think about, those
Okay.
streams as
Yeah,
well, because
definitely.
that will free you to do only the private chef jobs that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is where you really want to be. If that's something you love doing, that's great, but
Yes.
you got to do it for people who can pay you what you're worth, and the jobs have
Gotcha.
to be interesting to you. It's got to be something that you
Yes.
really want to do.
Yes.
You
Yes. Because
you've done all the hard work to put yourself in a position where you can do that.
I have a friend, and he's a personal chef. He travels, and he said to me, he said, "Listen," he said, I have a price that I charge." He said, "So if they want my service, they got to pay the price." He said, they don't pay the price, then I don't do the event. I'm not going to Jew myself down to make it convenient for you." He said, "I'll just tell them, unfortunately, this is my price. I
Yeah,
can't do it. Either they're going to pay for it or they're not." He said so.
exactly.
And he said that's how you. He said that's how you filter out who really wants a personal chef to come and do the work they do, because they don't even ask what the price is. They'll tell you what they're looking for, and they're like, "When can you start?"
Exactly. They
Yes.
they're paying, so he's got to figure it out. And what he's told you is golden. The people who hire him don't want a private chef; they want him.
Mm-hmm.
They understand what it is he delivers, and that's what they want. And whatever it is it costs, that's just a detail. I know what
Mm-hmm.
I want. Let's have this conversation, and you tell me your process and whatever, and da 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 da. And if you communicate what it is I want, okay, I'm ready to pay for it. Whatever that cost is, I'm ready to pay
Cost
for it.
this.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what
Yep.
that's the position you want to be in. And he's absolutely right. The people who want to know how much. That's the same thing I tell. If the first question you have for me is how much, you're not my client. I already know you're not. You're not going to be happy. So there's nothing for us to talk about. If that's what your focus is how much, then I already know I can't help you, because you're
Right.
not thinking about what you're going to get. You're asking me
Mm-hmm.
how much, and it's like, how much for
Already.
what? How much for what? You said how
Mm-hmm.
much? How much for what? Because if I tell you a number, then the first thing you're gonna say, okay, well, what do I get? Which exactly, you didn't even want to know what you getting. You asking how much. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you want to do exactly what he's doing, is put yourself in that position where you're working for people who really want to work with you.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, because and a lot of his clients they fly him out. I mean, I'm like, "Where you
Yeah,
at now?" He's like, "Oh," he said, well, I'll be in DC tomorrow. Then I got to fly out to um California." I'm like, "See, you always," he said, they pay for, they book me.
yeah,
Pay I tell them the price. They pay for my flights and stuff, my hotel and
yeah.
everything like that. I
That's
get
that
there and
that money is out here. What a
mm-hmm,
lot of folks don't understand, particularly our folks, is everybody didn't come from the circumstances that you came from, and even if they did, they're not still living there. They're not still in that
Mm-hmm.
space. There are people out
Mm-hmm.
here for like some of those events that he's talking about. Some of those folks are they're writing that off as a business expense. They
Yep.
need some. It's either give the money to the IRS or reduce their taxable income through business expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So they're entertaining a
Mm-hmm.
client. They have an event and they bring one or two people over and that are business associates and conduct any form of business, just conversation or whatever. It might be a dozen people, it might be 20 people, but if they're
Mm-hmm.
conducting any business there, then that's going to make it something that they can write off as a business expense.
Right.
And you don't do them a favor by being a chef that's charging $1,000 when they need business expense, like they need a $10,000, they got a
Mm-hmm.
significant taxable burden that they need to reduce.
Mm-hmm.
You're not helping them by being the discount
Right.
chef. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
design your business for people who have the ability and the willingness
Right.
to pay what you need to have the kind of life you want to have. And that's just one example. Like everybody, people think folks breaking their piggy bank trying to pay for stuff. Like, nah, when you put yourself in the right circles,
Mm-hmm.
you're helping these folks who need to reduce their taxable income. They
Right.
need to pay for
Right.
some stuff to bring down
Mm-hmm.
their taxable income, or they just giving that money to the IRS.
Right. Right. Because I remember you saying on one of your videos, um, when you're out there and if you're so cheap, people are like, well, why are your prices so low?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
suspicious.
remember. Yeah, yeah, they go like, well, no, that's never mind, because that means that they think, okay, well, you're going to give me a cheap product.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know I want a high. I'm looking to pay for a high quality product.
exactly,
If you're
exactly.
telling me, oh, no, it's going to be $1,000 when if that event really costs you $3,000.
Not even three. If they got ten
Yeah,
thousand dollars in mind,
yeah,
and you come in with $1,000 or $1,500 price, you're not what they're looking for. Even if they thought
yeah.
you were the right person, when you give them the price, they're like, something's not right here. Just like
Yes, correct.
the example is, if you somebody said, hey Billy, I got a brand new BMW for you. How much? 1,200. It's brand new.
Mm.
A brand new BMW for $1,200. Come on, man. Like something. It's that don't add up.
Yes.
The
No,
same
that.
thing with your services. If they're
Yep.
expecting, they look at you and look at your credentials. Oh man, this guy. Da da da. Okay, chef, how much? 1,500. And they was expecting to hear 15,000
Mm-hmm.
because they've done something in the past with another chef and it was along those lines. And you say
Mm-hmm.
1,500, you just lost the job.
It's lost the job. That's correct.
So you can either lose the cheap end of the market, the people who don't have any money, or you can lose
Mm-hmm.
the high end of the market, the people who do have money. And it makes sense to if you got to lose one or the other with your pricing. Lose the people who don't have money.
Right. And that I remember you saying that from that conversation with the young lady, and that always stuck with me. It's always
Yeah,
stick with me. I'm like, I said, Leslie's right with that. I said, you know what? I said, I never thought about that. Like for example, like when I did, and this was years ago. I was younger. Like when I did Eric Snow, I was probably said Eric Snow was probably paying me $1,500 a week. I know it's more than that now. It's way more than that now. But
yeah.
back then it was like, all right, $1,500. I said, well, about $1,500 a week, include without food. He was like, okay, no problem. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, all right. He didn't
That,
blink his
that's
eyes. Like,
actually
okay.
that's a perfect example. That's a business expense for him. He's an athlete. He's a professional
Mm-hmm.
athlete.
Mm-hmm.
A chef. That's a and he obviously got to come up with some write offs, some things to
Right.
write off. That's a perfect example of what I was talking about. Those folks are out here. You just have to position yourself to work for them, and you've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just you just haven't really capitalized on it. Like you have a roster of clients that would bring you more people like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're just regular people like everybody else. They want to be able to hire somebody and have a good experience and no headache. And when you've demonstrated yourself to be that guy, those folks can refer you to other people who want to hire you as well. Um,
Yeah.
so you have a network that you can tap into whenever you're ready to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really just a matter of you getting ready, deciding what you want to do and doing it.
Okay. Okay. And because then another thing is like, I want to be able to, because my boys are going to go for college. My one son goes to college this year, and then my other son, um, I don't know if he leaves next year for college. So I want to kind of be able to spend some time with them and go up to, go to the campus and check them out. I know as I was younger, like I never had the time because I was always at work. It was like 60s, 70s. I'm doing 100 hours, and I'm like, oh my god! And they're like, you're never around. We don't, you don't see us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like, so I want to be able to free myself, whereas I can be available for them when they have things on campus, or if they want me
Yeah,
to come up or stuff like that. Yes, so that's one of my goals. That's one of my number one goals is like to free up time so I'm able to. I was telling Sherrod this, so I can be able to say, oh, you know what? Okay, I want to do this because I know she was telling me her story how she lost her corporate job and she was and she said she started to do it. She said I've been doing this for 17 years now. She said it, and like she said I'm making more money now than I did it when I was a corporate. She said and I have so much time. I'm like,
yeah. Control of your
yeah,
life.
mm-hmm,
It um teaching will she's not doing as much with teaching as she should, but
mm-hmm,
teaching is how you create that time you that you're looking for. When you
mm-hmm,
can you can you can run a seven-figure business from your house, standing in your kitchen and cooking, and in your home kitchen, and sitting in front of your computer like you're doing right now, doing coaching for
mm-hmm,
people who want to learn how to be successful in the culinary industry. You can make way more money without leaving your house just by teaching.
mm-hmm. And I never thought about that. So you brought it up about the teaching part of it. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, think
great
about it.
sense.
Somebody that doesn't
Yeah.
have your family, like you probably take all of this knowledge that y'all have in your family for granted because it's easy. That's just when stuff is right there in front of you and you see it all the time. It's like
Mm-hmm,
Michael Jordan's dad's kids don't think he the greatest because they his kids. He was just dad. Uh,
mm-hmm,
but folks who have ambitions to go on a career journey like what you've had, and they don't
mm-hmm,
even know a chef, those people will pay you to be able to access you and learn from you. And it's, I mean, you know the industry is a class of culinary school graduates damn near every day all around the country. It's people
mm-hmm.
just constantly people coming in the industry. It's somebody starting out washing dishes right now who have bigger plans in mind for themselves, but all they know is let me just get in the door washing these dishes. I don't know what the next step is, but I'll start here. And you got the whole roadmap that you can just lay it all out for them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yep.
that's where you that's where you can really do the lifestyle design stuff, where you're crafting the life that you want because you have
Mm-hmm.
plenty of money and plenty of free time. Teaching
Right.
teaching does that for you.
Definitely. 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 So.
So what are you looking at? What are you looking at in terms of? Because I wrote down what you wanted: catering and the personal chef, and to grow the catering
Mm-hmm.
business. Like what are you trying to get done in 2024 as far as
Uh,
this catering business?
um. Pretty much just trying to get it to the next level. Right now, it's in incubate stages. So.
How?
What? That's how I look at it. I mean, that's how I look at it. Um. I guess like to build more clientele.
How are you getting
Um.
the clients you getting now?
I get them through referrals.
How many catering or private chef gigs do you want to do per month?
I would say no more because I want to cloud my time up. I would say no more than maybe four, 4 to
So
5.
one a week.
Yes, yes.
How many you doing now?
Right now, I'm doing. I just did the two. That was for last month. I'd have anything started up for 24 yet.
How many are you doing any active marketing at all? Or is it just the
Uh,
stuff that comes your way, you take it if you got time?
uh, yeah. So I market some of the stuff that's on my website. Like I have the Valentine's dinner for two up there.
How are you marketing that?
So my web guy is pushing it out on social media for me. Um, Instagram, Facebook, and there's another site he was telling me about that he's pushing out on social media.
You know your Instagram account?
Let me see, top of my head. Let me see. Pull everything. Uh,
That's not a good
sh-
sign.
chef to the stars, chef to the stars.
That
So,
that can't be the right one. I mean, I'm looking at
she's,
the Chef to the Stars Billy Graham. It has your name on it, and the most
she's
recent post here looks like you in the gym in July 2023. So that's 6 months ago, and then the one before that is August 2022. So that's a year and 3 or 4 months ago. Those are the two most
yeah.
recent posts.
Hmm. I gotta ask him that because I know he's supposed to be posting that stuff. But I will have an answer for you. I reach back out to him. Because
So
he does my
this is what I'm looking at right here.
right.
This is July. This post right here is July 2023, and this is August 2022. So
So what do you suggest far as a marketing strategy
I mean, you can
to
use YouTube as your only platform because you can
okay,
use YouTube like Instagram. You can post photos on
okay,
Instagram. I mean, on YouTube, just like you can post on Instagram. Obviously, you're going
okay,
to post the videos and you can
uh-huh.
use that. That can be the place where you're sending people. But the whether it's YouTube or Instagram or anything, like you have to do some active marketing,
Okay,
which is how you consistently get those four uh, particular clients that you want every month. Right now, you just cruising along with word of mouth. You know, basically when the fish jump in the boat, you go ahead and cook it. But
gotcha.
you can go out. You have to go out and actually look for the fish if you know want to do the things that we were talking about. So if
You
it's
got it.
not,
Hmm.
hopefully maybe you got another Instagram account and that's where he's been pushing stuff out to. And if not,
Yeah,
then you're not doing any active marketing, and that's got to change. You got to
you got
start
it. Mhm.
putting yourself in front of people. And YouTube will
Okay,
do that for you. You could that could just be your cooking show if you wanted to. That really is the most effective marketing that you can do because it's going to showcase your talents better than anything else. That's just
okay,
like, you know, you're putting yourself inside people's homes and giving them the Chef Billy Grant experience. Um, and it's separating you from all the other chefs who don't do this. Like
right. I
everybody's
remember you
on
say that.
Instagram. Yeah, everybody's on
Hmm.
Instagram and TikTok with those little quick videos that you don't even have to
Hmm.
be able to cook to make. But when you talk about doing a full length cooking show and delivering that on a weekly basis, precious few people are doing that. You just there's no competition there. So
So I got it. I
that's
got that in my notes. Okay,
that's what I would recommend for that. And that
okay.
that will definitely bring you you're gonna be turning down business. That's gonna easily bring you the one because again, it's only one chef grant, so you can't they 1 gig a week if that's all you want to do.
Hmm.
Then now with limited supply, it's only one of you. Then the price goes up. So if they want you, not a
Hmm.
chef, they want you. They have to
Hmm.
pay what that costs.
Hmm.
And with YouTube, you're no longer just a regional chef. You're no longer just in Philly. You're the chef that people are flying places if that's what you want. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure that's what you want because that's conflicting with your objectives to spend more time with your family.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Okay.
understand what it is you're asking for and what it's
Mm-hmm.
going to cost for you to get it. Everything
Right.
costs. So if you want to
Yes, it
be the chef
does.
that's flying around, there's
Mhm.
a cost to that.
Right.
So
And I look at it, Leslie, and I look at it like this: the time that I gave to the private sector, all the years and stuff that I gave to them, and the commitment. I mean, then it's a no brainer. It's like, well, I gave this time and effort to help this program or this facility grow. It's only fair for me to myself to do the same thing for my own business.
yeah,
I mean, because again, it's not going to happen overnight. And I tell people that this, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time to get to where you need to be. Like it took time for me to become a culinary director or executive chef or executive chef. It took me time to get there. So I know moving this route for my business is going to take time and for me to be consistent on what needs to happen. Like you said, posting my videos on the day, 6 videos, put my videos up. Stay on top of this, stay up with new content. To come up with. Like one of the things that I think I had in mind when we were going to talk, like I would like to do something called either chat and chew or food and conversation, where I'm
hmm
cooking and then I might have a up and coming young chef sitting there and we're dialoguing and I'm cooking and he or she is asking questions and I'm giving them a breakdown. Again, that
yeah.
comes to the teaching part. Yeah, so I've been thinking about different concepts,
Well,
how to
that's
push it. What's easier?
Did you see? Um, we already did a show like that. We had one like that for Sharon. Did you? I don't know if you saw that. Let me.
I seen that. That was the one that you sent me. She told me she has black business women come in sometimes while she does the cooking and they have a conversation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically what you just described, and
Mhm.
like here's one where she's talking with a where is she's having a conversation with the therapist. It starts
Mhm.
though with the cooking part. So she
Mhm.
cooks and they're talking and cooking, and then after she finishes cooking, then they sit down and they actually eat the meal together. This one
Mhm.
they ate all of they ate it all during the commercial break. But here's another one where you actually get to see them enjoying the meal together. But yeah,
Right.
that's basically what you were describing. And yeah, that's
Yes.
something that
Yes.
that's the beauty of YouTube, man. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it.
Mhm.
Whatever it is you want. And you will find your audience. And it's not gonna it does take time. I caution people about that all the time.
Takes
But for
time.
some
Yes.
people it will take less time. And you're
Mhm.
one of the folks who for whom it will take less time because you're already so well established. You got decades in the game. People know who you are.
Mhm.
So when you show them that you've taken it up another level with your cooking show, you already have a built-in audience. Those people are going to gravitate to your channel immediately. You're going to share it with them directly, and then they're going to
Mhm.
share it with other people. So your the trajectory of your channel will be much different than the trajectory of somebody who really knows how to cook, but they're not established in the industry like you are. They don't have decades
Mhm.
of experience and connections and people who are already fans of them. They have to build a fan base. You have a
Mhm.
fan base. These people who are referring business to you, you just haven't really leveraged it effectively. And a cooking
Okay.
show is a fantastic way to do that because you're
Mhm.
giving. You're giving them something fantastic, and that gift that you're giving in the form of sharing your knowledge and your wisdom
Mhm.
and your experience is going to come back in the form of a whole lot of opportunities and a whole lot of money.
Right. Okay.
I think you may end up being surprised at how fast your YouTube channel grows because of just all the work you've already put in. People know
Mhm.
who you are.
Yeah, and I never, and the crazy thing is I never thought that I would be on the front page of the business journal twice, or in magazines, or TV. Like I never thought about that. It just happened. So, and
Yeah,
I always go back. I always go back to my my mentors. I remember, I never forget his name, Tony Lucas. He was the first black chef I ever worked for. And I was like, why is this dude hard on me? What the heck? You don't like me? What's going on? Like, and not knowing that he was actually instilling qualities in me that I would need later on in life as I grew older. So as I started hitting these platforms and the TVs and the magazines, and I remember I reached out to him. I said, listen, I just want to thank you for instilling and teaching me. I said, he said, why you think I'm so hard on you? He said, because I seen some potential in you. You have that potential. You just need to spark that fire. He said, listen, you can go a long way, you sit on your talent. Like, you sit back on your talent. You don't. You're like, you're humble, but you sometimes you gotta be humble and have that fire under you so you can go to those levels. And I never really
yep.
understood that when I was younger. And as I got older, I was like, and then you kind of brought it up. You kind of brought it up in the conversation, and it was like, okay, okay, okay. And my wife tells me all the time, when are you going to start your business full time? When are you going to start your business full time? Why you keep going back to the other jobs? No, you got to start your business full time. Like, I know, honey, I know, but I'm just trying to wait. She said, well, no, you have a great skill set. Like, how many people can say they hung up with Kevin Hart side by side, and I I mean I got Kevin Hart's manager number, and I can call him. Hey, listen, you good? Everything all right? You will have who has this relationship? NBA players. That's very selective few that's in that type of arena. And she said you need to kind of just take advantage of that and be able to step out on faith and do what you do. And I remember this, and before I seen your advertisement on Facebook, I was praying. I was like, all right, Lord, I need to go to the next level in 24. So I got to go to the next level. And then I said, let me check. I said, let me go on Facebook. Was going. I don't know why I went on there. And then soon as I clicked on Facebook, your ad came right up. I was like, okay, okay. And so I said, I said, okay. I was like, no, I don't want to see this. Then I went to something else, and then I was scrolling down and I clicked off what I was looking on, and then you came back up again. I was like, all right, the chef masterclass. I was like, all right, I said, all right, hold on. I said, see, twice. Then I said, all right. I said, let me click on it. Then I watched it when the young lady talked about she went to Whole Foods about the sandwich, and I kind of watched her
Yep.
story,
Yep.
and then after that, then you was talking to the young lady that her son lives in Houston, and I was sitting there watching you talk about Instacart and how you can transfer your information over to Instacart is easier. So you're not chasing them. They can actually go in, pay for their stuff, boom, and
Yep.
that'll save you so much time because now the only way you get to me is I got to talk to you on the phone to kind of see what you
Oh
want.
no. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. So it was this. Then I watched that. Then he was like, all right, if you're serious, then you watch this video. I was like, all right, well, maybe I can go in to click on the video and then give me information right then and there. It's like, no, only Leslie would make you sit here and watch the video all the way to the end. Okay. I sat there.
Yep.
I said,
I
all right,
have to
this
do
video
that
comes.
because
Yes.
it screens out people who are not like everybody who has a stove in their house want to talk to me,
Yes.
but they're not serious. So
Yes.
what I had to do is that video does two things. Number one, I know all of the questions that people are going to ask me because I do
Mm-hmm.
have these calls all the time. I already know what you're going to ask. So I put all of that information in the video so that somebody can get the information that they need at any hour. Like they can watch
Mm-hmm.
that video at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and get the
Mm-hmm.
information that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And you might get 5 minutes, 10 minutes into it and realize, nah, I don't. This ain't for me. Okay, that's better. That's a better use of their time than
Mm-hmm.
scheduling an appointment with me. And
Mm-hmm.
we got to get on and do this meeting, and just for you to find out that this wasn't for you. So it's actually better for me as well as for the busy people who I'm targeting,
Mhm.
because the folks
Mhm.
that I'm going after are folks like
Mhm.
you who have the
Mhm.
industry experience. You
Mhm.
are a productive adult doing adult things. You ain't got
Mhm.
time for no foolishness. So that
Mhm.
video makes it very clear. Here's my process.
Mhm.
Here's what I'm going to teach you how to do. This is how it works. And if you
Mhm.
still want to talk about it, now we can have a conversation and we can
Yes.
talk
Yeah.
about focus on your business rather than me having to
Yes.
explain
Yes.
all of this stuff and then
Mhm.
try to find some time to talk about your business. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's what that's about.
It
And
was
that's
really, it was good.
yeah.
It was definitely good. It was good
It,
because I was like, all right. I said, all right, I know Leslie gonna go on my website. I already know he's gonna say, like, where's your tabs at? Like I had no food tabs on there, so it was like, I know Leslie said you can't chase the client. You don't have time to chase the client. They got maybe go in there, look at it, see what they want, boom, and that way you can keep moving. She said, I was hesitant to go to Instacart. She said, is
HoneyCart.
it Instacart? HoneyCart. She
HoneyCart.
said, HoneyCart. So she said, but now I felt comfortable with it. I used it for a while. She said, now I'm transitioning all my menus over so they can go
Yep.
onto the site. She said, and that way I ain't got to be on the phone, answer 1,000
Yep.
questions. I mean, some stuff you might have to, but not. You can go, all right, yes, you go to my
Not
website
for
and
80, 90%. Like
yeah.
what you're trying to do with something like HoneyCart is have at least have like a 80 or 90% solution. Like special events, you're gonna need to talk
Mm-hmm,
to people, obviously. But
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
general stuff, most people just need to be able to go. You want to give them the Amazon experience. They go, they look for what they want, they click on it, they
mm-hmm,
hit the checkout and keep it moving. And
mm-hmm,
that's what HoneyCart provides. It's a
mm-hmm.
fantastic platform for caterers and private chefs.
Because I see that today before I talked to you, I was on Instagram and something to follow this chef. Her name is Chef Nadine. So I follow her. So I, I clicked on her profile page just for her to come to your event. $600. She was like $600. It's $600 just for me to come. We're not talking about anything else. Just for me to come to you is starts at $600. So it starts at 600. I was like, oh wow. And then
That's
she
not a
does
lot of
really.
money.
It's not. But when I looked at it, I was like, oh really? That's just the starting rate, $600. I was like, oh, but but I'm sure it's more because she travels. But I guess that's just a number she probably just put up to be putting up. But I was watching her videos and she traveled. I think she was in Houston. She lives in Jersey. She was in Houston doing a brunch for Christmas. I was like, oh, that's pretty decent. I was like, all right. I said, okay. So she was like, she loves to travel, you know. But I thought about it again. Leslie's in my mind. It's Instagram and Facebook is not the way to go. So
Yeah, yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
no,
$600. That's not
that's nothing.
for
I make
you.
$600.
Yeah, for you, I would like your events need to be your private events where you're actually showing up. That needs to be at least 10,000. Like you can offer them. I've done this before. You can
Mm-hmm,
offer levels of service that don't
mm-hmm,
include you doing the work. So
mm-hmm,
they can engage you for an event, and it's a $5,000 event for, and we're talking about a dozen people, something like that. You can
mm-hmm,
send a chef, somebody who you've trained, and you can send a chef to that party.
mm-hmm,
But if they want you, well, those are the $10,000 and up engagements. If you want Chef Billy, that's where you have the credentials for that, man. That's I mean
mm-hmm,
that money is out here. Like that's not even a lot. That's
mm-hmm,
that's just not like people get paid. Public speakers, if you become a public speaker and get good at it, you can make $10,000, $20,000 or more for a 1 hour speech.
mm-hmm,
So you just going on stage and talking, and I'm not diminishing it because you have to
mm-hmm,
develop the skill and have
mm-hmm,
something of value that you can deliver.
mm-hmm.
But I'm making a comparison between
Right.
going on stage and speaking for an hour versus what you have to do to deliver service to 10 or 20 people. All the time you have
Mm-hmm,
to spend cooking the food, transporting the food, set up, entertaining the
mm-hmm,
folks, during the event breaking it down and all of that, that's a whole lot of physical work compared to traveling somewhere to deliver a 1 hour speech. And you can make way more than, you can make $10,000 $20,000 a speech, just speaking. You absolutely can command that kind of money for a private chef thing. So when you said she's, 600 minimum, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm glad she at least has a minimum for herself
Mm-hmm.
to screen out some people, but uh, that's not even,
Mm-hmm.
that's the pool that is, that's not the big boy pool. The, the
Right,
big
right,
boy
right, right,
pool,
right,
you a 5 figure chef, man. You just are.
right,
And,
right. And
and
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, you don't, all you need is 4 people per month who want your service. 4 people who got 10 grand and they want to have a fantastic experience. That's that's just a marketing challenge. Not even a challenge, it's a marketing question.
Right,
Are you doing the
right.
marketing to reach the people who have the money and are
Mm-hmm.
prepared to pay for the experience that you can deliver? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you a 5 figure chef, man. So I
Thank you.
want
I
you
appreciate it.
thinking in those terms. Because your
That
wife is
might, that might.
absolutely right. Your wife
Yeah,
is
yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah. And some days she gets frustrated with me. She's like, I don't understand why do you do this to yourself? Why? Why? I'm like,
Brother, let me tell you, tomorrow is not promised.
that's
Okay?
correct.
Tomorrow is not
Mm-hmm.
promised. And I know a financial advisor. She's a wealth she advises wealthy women on their finances.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me years ago, and it was shocking. The average woman becomes widowed in her mid 50s. Their husbands check out in their mid 50s. That's the
Mm-hmm.
average. So this notion that, you know, we're going to all make it to 100, 80, 90, 100, on
Mm-hmm.
average, dudes check out in their mid 50s. And when she said that, I was like, damn. And then I started thinking about it. And when you look
Mm-hmm.
at, if you can just look at celebrities that we all know and grew up with, like
Mm-hmm.
entertainers and such, that are leaving way early.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Michael Jackson gone, Prince gone,
Mm-hmm.
DMX gone, Heavy D gone. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
just you
Yeah,
can run down a list of people who still supposed to have a whole lot of time left, and all of them are gone.
all going. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
don't be thinking you have unlimited tomorrows to do the things that you're
That's correct.
capable of doing. So, get your ass in gear, man.
Definitely, definitely. That's why I need you. She said, listen. Listen. She said, Leslie is the best at what he does. She said, if he likes you, he go a little bit above and beyond. But she said, listen, he pushes me and he challenges me all the time. She said, I'm not 100%, but I'm getting better every day. I was saying, that's all you can do is get better every day. I mean, that's all you can do because you're trying. Yeah. So
She's like,
definitely, definitely. But yeah.
when that chef you were talking about who was
Mm-hmm.
pushing you because of what he
Mm-hmm.
saw in you, that's the
Mm-hmm.
same with her. Like she doesn't have a ceiling. Man, that
Mm-hmm.
lady has so much talent. She has so much talent. With her, I feel like I'm Quincy Jones looking at Michael Jackson back in the day. Like
Mm-hmm.
there is nothing she can't do. But
Mm-hmm.
she gotta commit to doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in that position. You've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it longer than she has.
Mm-hmm.
You are in the position to write down on a piece of paper what you want your life to look like, and then
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Larry Bird back in the day. They talk about all the trash he used to talk. Well, he would just tell them, I'm going to that corner right there. I'm gonna pump fake twice, and then I'm gonna drop this in the game. He would just tell
Mm-hmm.
people what he was gonna do all of the time and just do it. And you're in a
Yeah.
position to do that. You're in a position to say, okay, here's what I want, and then actually go do it.
Yeah. And what
So
I did, Leslie, what I did was, I think last week I kind of sat down, uh, pulled out my 2024 book, and I kind of started writing what I want to do. I was like, these are the things I want to do. I don't know what how I want to do them, but these are things that needs to be done for 2024. So
What's
kind of
what's
got that.
the what's the biggest one?
My next thing is to actually to get the business up and running, the YouTube channel, stuff like that. So that's another one of my accomplishments. I already got one accomplishment knocked off today. So
Okay.
there's some other small things like help the business grow. Um, uh, do some. I'm gonna buy a home. I'm gonna buy a new home for my wife. And maybe do a little, have some more free time, do a little bit more traveling. I joined I'm part of the Black Chef Association.
Okay.
They travel. I think this year they're going to Chicago to do an award dinner. I was nominated twice for I got nominated twice for Black Chef of the Year.
You're at that stage where you gotta you're the master and you gotta start passing this knowledge on to some students. And YouTube is an extremely efficient way to do that. And then
Mm-hmm.
a paid membership community, a coaching program where you're actually training people. Again, that's another extremely efficient way
Mm-hmm.
to pass that knowledge on and create the life you want for yourself at the same time. So yeah, it's time to do it, man. It's everything that you want to get done. If you can't get it all done in this year, you will certainly be well on the way. It'll be next
Mm-hmm.
year when it because
Mm-hmm.
you've done so much of the decades that you put in already. That was the work. That's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
we're just talking about doing basic advertising. Like if you
Right.
if you were doing anything with this Instagram account, you would probably have your four events a month already.
Mm-hmm.
This, you doing pretty good just off the strength of your talent and not even actively marketing. Well, when we incorporate some active marketing into this, that's just
Mm-hmm.
pouring gas on the flame.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Chef. If you're ready to move forward, I have the program for you. Everything that
Yeah, you
you
definitely. Leslie, what do you think? I know we had to do some work on the website. What is your feedback off of that? Because I don't. Again, like I said, a lot of people they call me and I kind of create their stuff from that basis. But um, to have like Sharonda's, she was telling me to have those tabs up there, it makes it much easier for them just to go in and just get your basic menu. Anything custom, then yes, of course you need to talk to me if it's a wedding or something like that.
yeah, the for the business that we're talking about building for you,
Mm-hmm.
um, we actually will probably reduce this website. Like the event
Okay.
specials, for example. I'm looking at this. I had already looked at this. I forgot to so pricing from 75 per person to 150 per person. So 150 a person, 20 guests. That's 3 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh nah. For 20 people? Mm-mm. Like that's regular caterer pricing.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is something that I talk to a lot with my folks. There's cost
Mm-hmm.
plus, which is the traditional, okay, here's the food cost, and then you mark it up by a certain percentage and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. That's cost
Mm-hmm.
plus. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's celebrity chef pricing.
Okay.
Celebrity chef
Awesome.
pricing is you pay what that chef costs, whatever
Okay.
that fee, whatever the fee is for Chef Billy Grant,
Mm-hmm.
that's the fee.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't, dividing it up by people. Like if somebody come in, you talking about how much per person, that ain't your client.
It's not my client. Correct.
That's not your client. So that needs to come off because what you're
Okay.
doing here, you will attract the people who you're marketing to, who your marketing materials speak to. And so if
Okay.
you're presenting yourself as a per person pricing chef, then you will
Mm-hmm.
get people who are looking for per person pricing.
Okay.
Um, and that's not what you want. You just want to be
Okay.
able to do your most fantastic service. And the easiest way to do that is when the money's not a factor. You've gotten paid enough that in terms of your time and your energy, you're getting well
Mm-hmm.
compensated. And then there's plenty of money left to buy whatever the ingredients and whatever it is that you want to deliver, the experience that you want to deliver, you're able
Uh-huh.
to do it because the budget paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want. And I wouldn't, I don't recommend doing that by doing per person. You just like,
Okay.
you want a dinner party with us, uh, up to 10 people, this price, 10 people to 20 people, this price.
Okay.
You don't have to put that on there, but just
So,
have
so we
that in
need to
your
be,
mind.
so we need to take that off, right? Take off. Take off.
Yeah, I would
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
like
I'm making
personal
my notes
chef
right
for
now.
Valentine's Day. So that's only like what for Valentine's Day, it's only one that's only one client then, right? You only servicing one client for Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, it's just a couple. So
I mean, just one couple. That's it.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's basically a lottery win. Whoever gets
Okay.
you, they won the lottery because nobody else gets your services for Valentine's Day. Is that right?
Okay. That's correct.
It, you have not priced this as a lottery win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Only one couple is going to be able to have your services that evening. Uh, but you've priced it to where anybody can afford it. Like you,
Afford it. Gotcha. Okay.
if you can only be one place, be at the rich people house.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. My notes for that. All right.
Um, what's this menu?
So I'm working. So this is my dilemma that I have. I don't know if I want to put custom menus up or do I want just to create
I
create
don't,
a memorable moment for them and is to do like a chef table. Like say,
I
chef, hey,
don't,
listen, do your thing.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's what you want. So when you
Okay.
move to the premium pricing, so let's say your event for uh 10 people or less, your price is 10 grand. You you're not gonna have. I mean, you could really with those folks. It's gonna be a conversation. Like
Okay.
what are they? What type of event is this? What kind of experience are you? And
Okay.
then you can present them with some options because they're going to need help. But
Okay. Okay.
uh, like just having a general menu, what you can do is put like courses, kind of an overview of service, so that they
Mm-hmm.
understand. Okay, in the beginning phase of your event, we here's one type of thing that type of food that we would present, and then we have the
Mm-hmm.
second course, and then like you can without actually detailing menu items, you
Okay.
could put some items like for example during the starter. You might want to have like I'm looking at your thing, the mini baked brie, or we have the crab martini. Like so, I'm just reading off of what you have on here instead of sample
Mm-hmm.
menu one, sample menu two. Just be like the starter course with things like our mini baked brie, our crab martini, our shrimp cocktail, and we have others, but that's just an idea of the
Right.
type of.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the salad course and the so like yeah, what you have here, the different courses, but you don't need multiple menus for this. You just need one where you're explaining the different courses and giving a couple of examples of what dishes they might choose. And then that's giving them the idea. And then when you have the conversation with them, they will be specific about
Okay.
what they want.
Okay.
So that simplifies that. Because all of
Okay.
those at that price, all of those are going to be custom. Well, it's always going to be custom, but those would be more highly customized, probably, or not necessarily. They just might be like, "Chef, just do what you do." I don't,
Okay.
I just want to make sure my people have a good time, and
Right.
then
Right. And that's
that's
funny because when I did the event for the city 2 weeks ago, the coordinator, she's like, "Listen, do what you do."
yeah,
And then she came back. And she came back. She's like, "Oh my god, they loved everything. Oh my god, it was amazing." And then the CEO came up to me. She's like, "Oh my god, this is how do you even pull this off?" I was like, "Well, she just kind of told me to do what, what I do." So it was like, "Oh my god, wow, the pasta station." I had like a, I saw I had like a I had like a pasta action station. So I had one of my chefs there making pastas, and we got the burners there. I had my decor team come in and transform the room. I had a bartender there making cocktails. I had the buffet set with a chef behind there just to replenish. And I kind of walked the room. I mingled. I mingled in the room,
Yeah,
and so I
that's what you're
was just
supposed to be
mingling.
doing. That's your
Yeah,
job. Not actually working, but doing what you just described. Yeah.
you're right. Right. So that's how I met like all these people. I was like, oh, because the coordinator was like, hey, let me introduce you to this person. And like, oh, well, I'm the. He was like over the port authority. He was like, oh yeah, he said, you got any cards? He said, oh yeah, I gotta reach out to you. I was like,
Did you
oh
have any?
okay, yeah. Keep him with me. I keep him.
Okay.
I keep.
Okay. I was about to.
I want to change my cards. I guess we can get to that later on. I don't like the paper cards. I see a lot of um, people
Yeah.
come to me and they have their phones, and the guy
Yeah.
said,
Just
"Let me tap his phone." He tapped my phone to mine, and it opened up his whole website. I was like, "Oh wow,
yeah. You can just do a QR code. Yeah.
yeah,
That's you. Business cards are old school.
yeah,
What you would probably do now, what I would recommend for you is a QR code that sends people to your YouTube channel,
okay,
and they can subscribe. They also can get, you can have all your other information there, your contact info. But the
mm-hmm.
most important, the most memorable thing that you can do is send them to your YouTube channel, and that way, because what your YouTube channel does that nothing else does is it keeps putting you in front of them, so they can go ahead and go to your channel, hit subscribe, and they might not need you for 6 months, but your videos keep popping up, so you stay in mind. And when they do
Mm-hmm.
need a chef, they don't have to go, what's that dude's name? Or be thinking, well, how do I find? You've been showing up every week for however long it took for them to actually need your services. So, yeah, that's
Okay,
your your business card solution is you can just
okay.
use a QR code to go to your YouTube channel. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think you can just reduce what's on the website because it's
Okay.
when you yeah you're going to be targeting a different audience than what you're currently targeting, and they
Gotcha.
just less is more with them. Like the people who have money that will be paying you your 5-figure clients,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to have to figure this stuff out. They don't,
Right.
just do what you do, chef. Make sure we have, my folks have a great experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to have to worry about this thing. They're paying you to take that problem off their plate.
Off of their hands. Right.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
um you're going to find a lot of creative latitude once you start focusing on the premium client base.
Now, when we're moving to the premium cloud base, will we just switch everything over to HoneyCart? Is that saying right? HoneyCart.
Well, no, HoneyCart is
No.
just
Okay.
for that's just for ordering food. Like if somebody
Gotcha.
wanted,
Okay.
let's say they was having a party and they wanted 5 people, 10 people, whatever it is, however many meals they want to, they go there. It's self service. They go there.
Okay.
You got to
Okay.
have your whole menu uploaded, your different food items, and then
Yeah.
they can add the things that they want, and then they just
Okay.
check out at the end and pay. And they
Okay.
have it'll be either pickup or delivery. You have those options available for that, and that's how that works. But
Okay.
that's a different type of client than what we're
Got it.
talking about here.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
That's assuming you even still pursue that type of, because if you only want 4 clients a month, probably don't need HoneyCart because
Okay.
those are not going to be HoneyCart clients.
Gotcha.
HoneyCart works great if you're doing, like Sharon's a catering business.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing volume business,
Mm-hmm.
volume client, all day every day. If
Mm-hmm.
you're looking to be a niche private chef, you don't need a volume solution.
Okay. Okay.
So
Gotcha. Right.
yeah,
Because I was talking to Chef Mike, and he was like, "Oh, he said, yeah, I'm projected to make $300,000 this year." I was like, I said, "What'd you just say?" He said, "Yeah, 300,000. I'm projected to do 300,000." I was like, he said, I'm booked already for the year of 2024. I was like, "Oh wow." So he said, "Yes, I get a lot of booking. I like to get my bookings, and I normally get my bookings ahead." I was like, "Okay, that's good." And I want to get into that where, so like you said, I'm already booked. I remember I'm already booked
Yeah.
for those events and stuff like that on my calendar. So I already know. All right, when I do this event, I already know this event. I'm going to clear 10,000, or I might clear 5,000 on this event. So stuff like that. Yeah, so that makes sense.
So if you were doing, just using that number for example,
Mm-hmm.
you want 300K a year. That's 25 grand a month. And if you divide that by 50, that's 500. So all you need is 500 people paying you $50 a month for your private cooking community,
Mm-hmm.
and that's 300,000 a year, and that's essentially pure profit. Like there's no food costs associated. I mean, the cost of one meal, like you're preparing one dish a week,
Mm-hmm.
so that is your food cost, not feeding 20 people or 10 people or
Right.
100 people or whatever. Uh, and that's with these being monthly subscriptions. That's 300 grand next year. That's 300 grand. Like you, when you build that
Mm-hmm.
customer base, you have people that are paying you every month because they
Mm-hmm.
are enjoying your private cooking community. That's how you book yourself in advance. You have customers that are lifetime customers until they decide to stop being lifetime
Mm-hmm.
customers. And it's not again, that's a business that you're running from your house. So
Right.
I mean, hats off to the chef. That's, he's winning at the game that he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
There are just more profitable games to play.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching is just, it beats everything. All you doing is taking this knowledge out of your head and sharing it to somebody and getting paid for that.
Mm-hmm. That's not a
Okay.
problem. But Leslie, thank you so much. I'm looking so forward to working with you. Thanks for you
Me too,
just
chef.
taking the time.
I love working with folks like you.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, and did you get me just making me realize that I'm more than what I think I am. You know what I mean, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for your time,
Excellent.
your knowledge, your effort. I mean,
Happy to
because
help, man.
you got me saying thinking. I'm like, all right, Leslie, all right, man, Leslie, you got me. What Leslie do to me today? I'm like, all right, hold on, okay. Because I'm thinking that, and my wife said this, and you hit it on the nail. My wife said, "Why do you underprice yourself?" What I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "No." She said, "Listen, when you go to listen." She said, "When you go for these jobs, and they offer you 75,000, 80,000, you're worth way more than that. Listen, your skill set that you have, I've seen you, and I've physically seen how you operate when you do like the celebrities, and it's like, and they ask you no price. They just say, how much is it?" And I give them the bill, and they're like, "Oh, okay." They don't ask me, "Well, how much is it gonna cost for this, for this?" I mean, literally, doing Kevin. They gave me Kevin just said. I remember. I'm ready to let you go. Kevin said to me, he said, "Oh man, we need ice cream." I said, "Wait, do we need ice cream?" So I go to the phone. Renner said, "Listen, I need ice cream freezers." Yeah, yeah. I called Jack and Jill. "Listen, I need ice cream because this is open tonight." He didn't ask me how much it cost. He just said, "I need ice cream." I made it. I got ice cream freezers, ice cream. I made it happen, and then he was like, "What's the bill?" Looked at it. There you go. Bring
Done.
your staff here. I
Done.
was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, no." He was like, "Hey, bring it." He brought my staff over. He said, "Listen, you guys did an awesome job." And he had the guy there. He had the buddy guy there with the book bag. And he opened the bag up. And he pulled a stack out. He was like, 500 for you, five for you, five for you. And my staff's like, what? And then he was like, chef. He was like, listen, great job as always. He was like, Let's take a picture. Took a picture. And he was like, I got you. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I said, just you took care of me. He's like, I got you. He left. He left an envelope on my knife bag, and then I opened it up. I was like, "Can we just let me $5,000 tip?" What the? What the? I'm like, what? Are you serious? This is money to him. He was like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean?
For the right people, when you get to a point, and there's plenty of these people out here where they have more money than they're gonna be able to spend. It doesn't mean anything if you can't bless somebody with it. Like that $5,000, he don't even miss it. But he knows for you, for the staff and all that, passing out that's going to have an impact on their lives. They're going to be able to do something with that for themselves or their family. Whereas him, he ain't even notice it. He ain't even gonna know. So those people are out here. So and I'm glad you mentioned your staff, man, because this is kind of, you have an obligation to put yourself in a position where you can help them come up too. Because of if you had only clients like that and your staff getting taken care of like that every single time, you know what I'm saying? You have the ability to do that for them. They can't do it for themselves, but as the leader, you have the opportunity to put your whole circle in those types of environments. Do it, man. You got to do it.
Yeah, and I follow her name is Chef Kim. She's another one. She left her corporate job and she just catered and she travels all over the world. Like I follow her. Like she just did. Somebody just asked her to come and do a wedding on the beach in Barbados. I talked. I said, she said, yeah, I'm going to Barbados. I said, you going to Barbados? She said, yeah, I'm doing a catering event. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I met the husband and wife. You know what I mean? I got to go out there early. They fly me out. She said, they pay for my travel, for my equipment, for my team, the hotel. They pay for all that. It's included in my contract.
They wanted her.
They wanted her. And I was like, I said, can you tell me what you made? She told me, she said, once I cleared my staff and everything and paid them, she said, I walked away with $75,000. I was like, you walked away with what?
That's you. She's doing nothing that you can't do.
Right. I was like, oh, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. You ain't marketing. we about to fix that. But yeah, she's doing nothing. There's no part of that event that you couldn't have executed as well or better. She just did the marketing to put herself in a position to get those jobs.
Yeah. And she did. And then speaking of that, I just thought about it. She did the same thing. She doesn't do it on YouTube level, but she put on her thing. She offered classes on, like, so she said she gives these classes like how to become a personal chef, how to cost structure events, how to incorporate your travels. And she has these courses, and I think she charges for the course like $40. And I was like, oh, and I looked up, so she gives a breakdown from beginning to end on how to be a personal chef, and people buy the courses. I was amazed. It was amazing how many people, so many people on that site that bought a course. The site crashed.
Dude,
I was like,
that's you. You have all of that knowledge. You have probably 4 or 5 online courses in you right off the rip. We just need to focus on just one, but that's another passive income source. That's you transfer your knowledge one time, put it into this product that an unlimited number of people can buy without you having to talk to them. That's passive income. All them people, they come out of culinary school and they know how to cook, but they don't know the first thing about the business of food.
And that was me coming out of culinary school. I didn't know.
Exactly. Nobody does. School don't teach you what you need to be successful. It teaches you the foundations of the skill, but as far as actually applying it out and being successful in business, you got to learn that from somebody who's done it. And you, a $500 course, for example, that's a drop in the bucket compared to what they just paid for culinary school. Yeah. And culinary school taught them how to cook. It didn't teach them how to make money. Your course, effectively, relatively speaking, costs nothing, but it's actually going to teach them how to make money. So
Right.
that kind of thing just sells itself. So
Definitely.
yeah, you got
Definitely.
all kind of revenue streams that you're not currently leveraging, but we about to fix that.